Hey guys, welcome back to Otakura, your go-to spot for anime that actually deserve your attention. If you love isekai worlds, overpowered main characters, and stories where the MC effortlessly rises above the chaos, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into 10 underrated isekai anime where the main characters are insanely strong, but for some reason they've flown under the radar. From genius strategists to unstoppable summoners, these anime deliver epic battles, clever tactics, and unstoppable protagonists. The kind of stories that make you think, how is this not more popular? So strap in and let's jump straight into the list. On number 10, Sweet Reincarnation. Pastry is reborn as a young lord of the poor domain Moortown, carrying memories of his past life as a genius pastry chef. His goal is simple: make sweets that bring happiness. But ruling a broken land isn't easy. With bandits, greedy nobles, money problems, and even water shortages, Pastry can't rely on strength or magic. Instead, he uses brains, creativity, and his love for cooking to protect and rebuild his domain. Sweet Reincarnation is a wholesome cooking isekai mixed with light politics and heartwarming moments. It's calm, cozy, and perfect if you want something relaxing rather than action-heavy. Number 9. Parallel World Pharmacy. A brilliant pharmacologist, Kanji Yakutani, dies from overwork and is reincarnated as a young apprentice in a medieval fantasy world. But instead of swords and spells, he notices something far more dangerous: fake medicines, superstition, and deadly misinformation ruling healthcare. Armed with modern medical knowledge and divine powers, Kanji sets out to revolutionize medicine, creating safe drugs and saving lives one patient at a time. Parallel World Pharmacy stands out as a smart, educational isekai that blends fantasy with real science. It's calm, meaningful, and perfect if you enjoy anime that actually makes you think. Number 8. The Eighth Son? Are you kidding me? Ordinary office worker Ichinomiya Shingo suddenly reincarnates into a fantasy world as Wendelin, the 8th son of a broke noble family living in the countryside. Sounds fancy until you realize being the 8th son means no inheritance, no influence, and no clear future. Surrounded by politics he doesn't understand and traditions that restrict every move, Wendelin quickly learns how cruel this new world can be. His life takes a turn when he discovers he has an exceptional talent for magic, something rare enough to become his only path forward. Instead of chasing grand heroics, the story focuses on personal growth, social pressure, and carving out independence in a world ruled by class and status. It's a grounded isekai that explores freedom, loneliness, and the cost of ambition. Familiar, but deeper than it first appears. Number 7. Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody. Programmer Ichiro Suzuki, nicknamed Sato, is pushed to his limit during an intense work death march. Expecting nothing more than a quick nap, he instead wakes up inside a fantasy world that looks exactly like the game interface he was developing. Starting at level 1 with beginner stats, things seem rough, until he realizes he still has access to powerful admin-like skills. When a horde of lizardmen attacks, Sato unleashes Meteor Shower, instantly wiping out the enemy and skyrocketing his level to 310, along with unimaginable wealth. From there, the story becomes a laid-back journey of an overpowered main character exploring the world, meeting companions, and avoiding attention despite being absurdly strong. It's a chill, adventure-heavy isekai that leans more into fun exploration and wish fulfillment than intense drama. Perfect if you enjoy OPMCs cruising through another world. Number 6. My Isekai Life. I gained a second character class and became the strongest sage in the world. For overworked salaryman Yuji Sano, getting summoned to another world isn't a blessing, it's just another unpaid job. Dragged into a fantasy realm while drowning in work, Yuji starts out with the humble Monster Tamer class, but by cleverly bonding with slimes and grinding non-stop, he accidentally unlocks a second class, Sage, something thought to be impossible. From there, things spiral fast. Yuji becomes absurdly powerful, mastering advanced magic, clearing dangerous quests, and solving massive crises, often without realizing how broken his abilities actually are. With his slime companions acting as scouts, spellbooks, and support, this is a classic chill isekai, packed with OP moments, steady progression, and zero ego from the main character. Not the loudest hype pick, but a comfortable power fantasy many fans enjoy. On number 5, Fruit of Evolution. High school outcast Hiragi Seichi starts at the very bottom, bullied, alone, and left behind when his entire school gets isekai'd into a fantasy world. While everyone else forms parties and becomes heroes, Seichi is forced to survive solo in the most dangerous areas. That's when fate throws him a curveball. He eats the mysterious fruit of evolution. From that single bite, everything goes completely off the rails. Seichi's stats skyrocket, his appearance transforms, and he begins evolving at a ridiculous pace. What follows is a purely chaotic isekai filled with over-the-top power-ups, absurd humor, meme-worthy moments, and unpredictable twists. It's loud, silly, and self-aware. Definitely not for everyone, but impossible to ignore. Love it or hate it, this one had everyone talking. Number 4. Black Summoner. Kelvin is reincarnated into a fantasy world with a terrifyingly good deal. He's traded all memories of his past life for top-tier summoning magic. His guide in this new world is none other than the goddess Melfina, who also becomes his contracted servant. Sounds overpowered already, right? And that's before Kelvin even starts fighting. Choosing to keep a low profile, Kelvin begins his journey as an ordinary adventurer, but there's a catch. He's a battle junkie who actively seeks out strong enemies just for the thrill of it. As his party grows with powerful and unusual companions, the fights get darker, bloodier, and more intense. With its serious tone, brutal action, and power-hungry protagonist, Black Summoner delivers pure dark fantasy energy that keeps gaining fans. Number 3. Knights and Magic. A genius programmer and hardcore mecha otaku is reborn into a fantasy world where magic and giant robots coexist. Now living as the young prodigy Ernesti Echevalier, he discovers that this world's massive humanoid weapons, silhouette knights, are powered by magic instead of science. And for a robot nerd like Ernesti, this is paradise. Using his programming mindset and engineering obsession, Ernesti starts redesigning these magical mechs from the ground up, making them faster, deadlier, and more advanced than anything the world has ever seen. But his passion doesn't just create cool robots, it reshapes warfare and politics across the kingdom. With non-stop mech battles, innovation-driven power growth, and pure otaku joy, Knights and Magic stands out as one of the most unique isekai concepts ever. The runner-up. Number 2. Trapped in a dating sim, the world of Otome games is tough for mobs. Leon, a former office worker, gets reincarnated into a fantasy Otome game world where women rule society and most men are treated like disposable background characters, or mobs. The only guys living the good life? The flashy prince and his overpowered entourage, straight out of the game's main route. Unfortunately for them, Leon knows exactly how this game works. Armed with meta-knowledge, sarcasm, and zero respect for the system, Leon flips the script. What starts as a plan to live quietly in the countryside turns into a full-blown rebellion against broken power balances, arrogant nobles, and so-called main characters. With savage humor, meme-worthy moments, and a brutally honest take on dating sim logic, this anime delivers non-stop chaos, smart strategy, and one of Isekai's most entertaining anti-hero MCs. And finally, the most hyped, number 1. I'm Standing on a Million Lives. This isn't your typical feel-good isekai. This one plays dirty. Yusuke Yotsuya, a cold, brutally logical middle schooler, is suddenly dragged into an alternate world where every choice has consequences. He becomes a third player forced into deadly quests alongside classmates Yu Shindo and Kusue Hakozaki, who were summoned before him. But here's the twist. Yusuke isn't a heroic team player. He treats lives like variables, prioritizing efficiency over emotions, even if it means sacrificing others to clear the mission. The world itself is unforgiving, monsters hit hard, moral choices are twisted, and the enemies aren't just beasts, but people with agendas. With constant tension, unpredictable rules, and dark psychological stakes, I'm Standing on a Million Lives keeps you guessing every episode. You're never sure who will survive, who will die, or whether the real threat is the world or Yusuke himself. This is survival isekai at its most ruthless, and that's why it's topping the hype charts. And that's our list of 10 underrated isekai anime with overpowered MCs. Which one are you planning to binge first? Let me know in the comments. I love seeing what anime you're excited about. If you enjoyed this list, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to Otakura for more hidden gems and anime you won't hear about anywhere else. Because trust me, the next list I've got for you is even crazier.